Emotional polarity. What is it and how to use it? Emotional polarity is often the difference maker in how you behave as a man, in the desire you can create in women, and their addictedness and obsessiveness with you. This is the difference maker. It's taking something that is normally logical and boring and making it interesting, emotionally pulling. Because we have to understand, women operate on emotional autopilot. We can hijack their decision making by making emotions so strong and so powerful that they cannot help their desire for us. We do that with emotional polarity. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what it is, how to use it, and different real examples I've used in my dating life with women that has garnered such a positive response. What you first need to understand is emotional polarity, the definition, is the art of striking polar opposite emotional feelings in women at the exact same time. Now, what are some emotions? Comfort, discomfort, security, insecurity, anxiety, comfortability, desire, fear, faith, worry. We're doing all of these things at the same time. Now, it seems complex, but it's not that complex. And I'm going to try to distill it in the most simplistic way possible. But what you need to fundamentally understand is you can behave with women in a way that gets across two polar opposite emotions in the same second because of how you deliver the message, your tonality, the words you say, and how you say it. This is the biggest key to polarity, because if you don't master your tonality, your body language, your eye contact, your facial expressions, then everything you say is going to be the only thing that creates emotion. And if you are only relying on your words that you physically say, you can't hit polarity. The reason that is, the words you say will generate one emotion. The only way to create other emotions simultaneously is with other forms of communication. That is why you need to master the nonverbal. And I'm going to tell you examples and show you exactly how. Now, why is this so important? Like I mentioned earlier, the only reason women do anything, literally anything in the entire world, is to feel something on an emotional level. That's it. There's no logic up here. There's no bigger picture. There's no reasonable thinking. It is solely, literally, for emotional feelings, for strength of emotional currency in their body, in their mind, in their soul. It is the driving force of every single decision. That's why women are notoriously terrible decision makers, because they run based off emotion. That's why they will be with the guy that's broke and unemployed, but has aura, makes them feel good and funny and all these things, versus the very successful guy that will do anything for them because he doesn't make them feel anything. That's the only reason they make decisions. And so if you can master emotional polarity, you will master women, because you are guaranteeing the strongest feeling possible for them from any other guy. And then every other guy is invisible to them but you, because you can do something nobody else can. Not only that, but it's also the most important thing you could possibly do for women. Now, what are examples? These are examples I've used in real life that have worked very well. And of course, there's more examples and there's more ways to do this, but these are ones that have worked really well. Number one, being really serious, but trolling them, okay? For example, the husband example. I'll tell you a little brief story. I was just hanging out with this girl. We were getting intimate, okay? And she was joking with me like, oh, we can't sleep together because you're not my husband, and all these things as we're, foreplaying, whatever. And I just kept telling her, I'm like, I am your husband. We just got married. Look at the ring. And I just pulled up her hand with her fucking ring or whatever rings she was wearing on it. This is the first time I met her, okay? But I'm serious in my delivery. I'm not saying, right? I'm not saying, oh yeah, no, we're, haha, yeah, let's just act like we're married. Gay, dumb, boring. No, I'm saying, look, we got married today, okay? You have Alzheimer's. You have memory loss. We're married. The papers are in my car, okay? We're married. You need to relax. You're forgetting things again. Take your fucking meds. Look at your ring. You see how serious I am? And this is the exact delivery I give to her. I was on top of her, but you get it. Exact delivery with tonality. Do you see how serious I fucking am? I'm dead ass serious in my delivery of this message, but the words are in a different emotional field. The body language, the tonality, says, this is the polarity, says, oh my God, he's serious. Oh my God. The words say, oh my God, he's fucking with me. He's trolling. This is polarity. If the words match the seriousness of the body language, there'd be no polarity. It wouldn't land. If the body language matched the gayness, the playfulness of the words, there would be no polarity. It wouldn't land. Like if I were to say, oh yeah, let's just, come on, this is so fun, like this is fun. Because that's the energy of the words I'm saying. And that would be me matching it on a nonverbal level. But then I'm a faggot. But then there's no polarity. And so then it doesn't land. But when I'm stern as shit and I'm trolling them with my words, and I'm like, look, take your meds, I'm your husband, okay? You're losing it again. We've done this before. She's laughing her fucking ass off because it is the polarity of how I'm communicating with this woman. And she knows I'm trolling her to get what I want. Obviously, we're not fucking married. Obviously, I'm not being serious. But it's the fact that I am striking this polarity with my body language and tonality versus the words I'm saying that has it landing so well. And she's laughing her ass off. No, you're not. Oh my God. Yeah, I am. Blah, blah, blah. Don't laugh about this. This is very serious. This is a serious matrimony. You're laughing. This is terrible. Ha ha ha. Example 2, playfully reprimanding them to relax tension but dominate. This can happen if she's having an emotional tantrum about nonsense, okay? Let's say you're with a girl and she is getting mad at the girls that have commented on your Instagram or follow you or whatever. And she's like, I just don't like to see it. You know, this is what women would say, okay? I just don't like to see it and blah, blah, blah. She might even be your girlfriend, it doesn't matter, okay? This is just an example. How you strike polarity in this scenario, and what I've done is I'll sit them down. I'll grab them by the back of the neck. I'll look them in the eye. Be like, look, do you understand life? Like, what? What do you mean? It's just smoke screams, just confusing the shit. Do you understand life? What are you saying, right? What are you saying? Oh, I'm kind of trolling them, but I'm going to reprimand them because I'm going to make them feel stupid, but in a way that is loving and caring. Polarity. You're an idiot, but my nonverbal body language says, I care about you. Very important, okay? Very important. With the hand on the back of the neck, and with my soft tonality. But the words are this. This is the sauce. Like, look, do you understand life? She's like, what? Like, listen, I know sometimes things don't make any sense. I know there are times where you feel like everything's great. Everything's good. I know you want to scream and shout and let it all out. You need a nap time, okay? Polarity. What am I saying verbally? You are a dumbass. You don't know anything that's going on. You're lost. My nonverbal. I care about you. I want the best for you. I want you to be comforted and happy, but you don't know anything. And so have a fruit roll up, okay? Do you notice how I'm not solving any fucking problem? Do you notice how I'm not doing literally anything to take her seriously? And I'm hitting absolute insane polarity. We have to understand this. Nonverbal communication is so powerful that it solely will create the perception in someone's mind over how to perceive the words you're saying. If I were to say the same exact words, right? You don't understand life. Have a snack. Just, you're nuts, right? But I'm not saying it like that. And I'm saying it like this. And I'm saying it like this. And I'm meeting her head on. And she's arguing with me. And I'm like, look, do you even know what life is? No. What is that going to do? Make things 1,000 times fucking worse just based off nonverbal. The words don't change. This is polarity. But no, I sit her down, poor thing, put the fucking hand on the back of her neck, I'm sunning her. Listen, and I'm looking down at her, tonality softens. You don't get life. You don't get life. And look, okay? You sound hungry, and I might move her around. It's very important. I might literally grab her by the neck and just move her around, like I just completely control her and own her. Listen, it then kind of gets her in this like hypnotic fucking movement. Look, you don't get anything, okay? I might pat her head while moving her around. Like, look, life's not black and white, okay? Life's not black and white, sweetheart, all right? There's something in the kitchen for you. Example 3, teasing mid-conversation in a silly way. Venezuela, open up. This is polarity in the way of essentially making them feel like they are weasel retards, but in a way that is relaxing and playful, so that we hit max of polarity. For example, I was with a client this past weekend, and I was talking to the waitress in a way that is flirtatious to show him, for example. I was like, where are you from? To the waitress. We were in Puerto Rico. And she's like, oh, I'm from Venezuela. I'm like, oh, wow, we're kind of fighting right now. Kind of in a bit of a beef. Teasing, right? Teasing. The words I say, if taken literally, would be negative. Be a negative connotation. Oh, he's saying we're fighting. Oh, he's saying there's a problem. but the way I said it and the way in which I placed it into the conversation is I'm teasing her answer and I'm hitting polarity with the words I say and how I say it. I'm teasing. If a girl tells me that she is Chinese and she doesn't look Chinese, I'm then going to say, me too. Why? Because that's going to indicate on a between the line level that I think she's a dumbass. But it's funny because of how I said it and the way I said it. So we're teasing their answers, making them feel dumb, but in a way that's hilarious. This is the game. And you need to spot these things from a mile away. I had a client that went on a date and she told him, or they were texting, one of the kind. She told him she went to school for whaleology or something. And I was explaining to him how to tease this specific girl, because that's what I do with clients. Exact examples, exact screenshots. I'm like, do this, do that, blah, blah. And we're talking about it. We're debriefing this. And I'm like, dude, that's the pinata in front of you. This is exactly, literally exactly what we hope for when we tease. And if someone tells me, some fucking girl tells me she went to school to study whales, I would be like, well, what does that mean? Is there like a whale club? Do you fucking like pet them? What are we doing here? What's the path to revenue? I don't get it, right? And she would be laughing because although I'm calling her a weasel dumbass for getting into $60,000 worth of debt to study whales, my tonality is joking. And I'm teasing the answers she gives me in a way that slams them down using polarity. With the words I say and how I say it, they're polar opposite. That's how you master polarity. If you want to master dating, modern dating, women, etc. for the rest of your life, click the links below. I'll see you in the next video.